Thank you, Devin. I am Mike Wadsworth, being joined by Cameron Widerman. We're here in the boardroom to talk about football. It's National Signing Day. The Gamecocks getting some big names today. And we're going to start by talking about a couple players who can make an immediate impact next season for the Gamecocks. And two of those players are on the offensive and defensive line.
Yeah, Brandon Shell is going to come in right away and could be a monster for this team. Just look at the picture right here, how big this guy is. He's 6'7", over 300 pounds. Just huge, huge, huge. And the biggest thing is great footwork for a guy that size. Nephew of Hall of Fame offensive tackle Art Shell as well. So he could come in right away and challenge Kyle Nunn for that left tackle position. And then Kelsey Quarles, a guy who was supposed to be on this team last season, ended up going to military academy for a year. He's back. When he was originally recruited, was one of the top defensive tackle prospects in the country. And now he's here. He's going to fill in for Ladi Ajaboy, every town type defensive tackle. And then, guy from New Jersey, played against my high school quite a few times, Demir Bird. He's not going to make an impact at his position at wide receiver this year. I just don't see that happening. But he could be the opening day kick returner. You want to talk about speed? This guy could step on this team and be the fastest guy, including Bryce Sherman and Marty Marquette and some of those speedsters we have. Flat out, one of the fastest high school athletes in the country.
Okay, so those are a couple names of guys that can make an impact right away. But now let's talk about three more players who might take a little longer to make an impact. One of those being one of the best players on the team, Alshon Jeffrey, his brother.
Yeah, Shamir Jeffrey signed as a wide receiver, but could be playing safety. I filmed a couple of his high school games, and I saw him just make a lot of plays in the secondary. Also played quarterback for Calhoun County. Great athlete. Faster than Alshon. Even though Alshon's got underrated speed, Shamir is one of those quick, agile guys. Definitely does not have the size that makes Alshon just one of the best receivers in the country, but should make an impact a couple years down the line. The other one, another New Jersey guy, Tanner McAvoy at quarterback. Reading on ESPN.com, they actually say he should be a tight end in college. Don't buy that. G.A. Mangus and this crew love him at the quarterback position. 6'6", huge frame, great athlete. Could be as good athlete as Connor Shaw. And when Garcia is gone, Connor Shaw is going to have a guy looking over his shoulder. And the last one, another guy that I saw play a little bit in high school, Phillip Dukes, defensive tackle. Didn't know who he was going into this game. No idea that Manning had this big D-tackle prospect. I found out pretty quickly that they had a guy who made plays behind the line of scrimmage, was explosive. It seemed like every other play, Phillip Dukes was making a tackle.
Okay, so the one guy that we didn't hear from today and the rest of the nation is waiting to hear from is Jadavian Clowney. Said it was coming down to the Gamecocks or Bama, or that's what everyone seems to think it's coming down to, but you actually think it may be another team.
Yeah, today Clemson got back in the mix. Apparently he had a great visit to Clemson. It's a school that's not too far from South Point. It's in the area. It could come down to those three teams. He still could make a visit because February 14th is the big day. I just have this feeling that now that Clemson has all of a sudden come back in it, either one, it's for drama, or two, he's going to be a Clemson Tiger. I just have this funny feeling he's going to be wearing orange next season. 3 months ago, I had him wearing garnet and black. Right now, I think he might be a Tiger.
It might be a shocker, but Clemson also landing a lot of top five-star recruits, So it could be a possibility. Of course, you might want to have police escort around Columbia if you were to make that decision. But that'll wrap it up here in the boardroom for our coverage of signing day. We'll be back in a little bit to talk about men's and women's basketball. Stay with us.